Oh my goodness me, it is grand final time here at TGSS 2016 already. This is the Division 2 grand final about to get underway. I'm Bob de Quickly.
And I'm Pants, and we are all set to get underway here. Teams are just doing their little huddles.
This is
Devil State, very intense in there. Look at that.
This is one excited room. All of the roller derby is condensed down over 3 days to get to these two games here now. Division 2 Grand Final and Division 1 Grand Final. So it's Devil State Derby League going up against the Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club, the Rough Cut Rollers.
So let's go through the teams, hey?
Yeah, so skating out for Devil State today. Number 10, Ginger Ninja. 11 is Tiny Danza. 121 Critical. 17, Sam Jam. 21, Dark Justice. 249, Bruiser. 279.5, John Payne Gacy. 303, Breeder. 32, Boobs McDougs. 40, Kitty Hawk. 668, T-Rex. 8, Sin. 9, Mad Catter. And 99, Saucy Lannister. They've got sausage rolls on the bench today and Bad Manager.
Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club. The Rough Diamonds, represented today by 101 Campaign, 1111 Vodka Bruiser, 141 Buster Seams, 158 Rochelle, 210 5 Foot Feisty, KH3 Venus Thigh Slap, 303 Reparanda, 369 Scat Invader, 37 Penalty Box, 42 Pepper Vendetta, 8 Basham Bronco, 8008 Splatterpuss, and 93 Slappuccino. Their benchies are Indiana Bones and Smack Widow, and we're about to get things going.
Behind the jammer line, Venus Thigh Slap for the Rough Cut Rollers, and John Payne Gacy going to kick it off for Devil State.
Now you'll see Thigh Slap doing this sort of swaying from side to side. We call it the Cobra maneuver. She just sort of swings and then like a Cobra, and bam, just like that, through his lead jammer.
And in keeping with the state of play, John Payne Gacy, as soon as the lead is taken by the opposing jammer, whips the star cover off her head and makes her way through the pack. She's not lead, though.
No, she ain't. And Venus Thigh Slap sees that maneuver ahead of her, calls it off, so it's just an easy 4 points to Diamond Valley to get things underway.
TGSS 2016 Division 2 Grand Final. Right here, we're coming to you live from the Adelaide Showgrounds.
And yes, I did just say Splatterpuss. For those people on YouTube, yes, but that's one of the players' names. Rochelle lining up against Sam Jam. Sam Jam, formerly of Murder City Roller Girls in Adelaide, moved to Tassie in the past year and making her name as a fantastic jammer for Devil State. Working her way the outside, and she is your lead jammer, just like that. Great work from the blockers there, opening up an outside lane.
Rochelle still wrapped up in that pack. A couple yet to get past at the front, makes her way through now. Kim 5284 jammer ref, indicating that she is not the lead jammer.
And Sam Jam forced to be recycled a long way back. So Rochelle now racking up some more points for Diamond Valley, I should say.
Number 8 for Devil State. That's Sin just heading off to the right old skates penalty box. Sam Jam knocked to the floor. She's going to lay where she is and call that jam off.
3 more points, or actually just 3 points.
That gets Devil State off the mark, and they're on 3 now.
All right, so it's 8-3 at the moment.
Right now, you can hear the love in the crowd for the Tasmanian team. Shout out to all the Tassie skaters and fans watching at home as well.
Wherever you are in the wide world of Derby, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the live feed. We've got McBoob up against Venus Thigh Slap, and Venus Thigh Slap inside outside and is through his lead jammer very, very quickly. Diamond Valley blockers going to have to, Devil State blockers going to have to find a way. I'm getting confused. We've all got D's everywhere here, Bob. D's
and R's and L's. A piece of equipment or clothing has fallen off on the track there. Looks like it might be an admission wristband. Somebody's going to need to get that back to get into the after party tonight.
The Rydell after party promises to be absolutely insane, Bob. The 80s prom theme. If you happen to be in Adelaide and have your admissions banned, you can get in for free. Otherwise, you can just stand outside and watch.
So 158 for the Rough Cut Rollers. Rochelle is going to line up against Tiny Danza in her characteristic yellow skates for Devil State.
All right, here we go. Rochelle tries the inside line, unable to get through, is trying to get around outside instead, but massive blocking on from Devil State forces her to the ground and the recycle. Meanwhile, Tiny Danza is forced to her knees. She's back up and trying to work around both jammers around turn 2.
Rochelle back to her feet now. Has to start that pass through the pack again. Nobody out the front of this pack yet as the lead jammer. Rochelle gets there now. She is lead.
Indeed. Oh, massive punch and little block there. Pepper Vendetta almost taken off her feet, but she has great presence of mind, but did pick up a penalty. She's going to sit down. Vodka Bruiser coming around, trying to occupy that inside line. So it's more points to Diamond Valley. They are now on 16, 3 for Devil State.
Diamond Valley's journey so far through this tournament, they've defeated Margaret River and Blue Mountains Roller Derby Leagues to get into the quarterfinals. Light City Derby in the quarters, they defeated 224 to 152. And then they've defeated just today Inner West Roller Derby League by 20 points in the semi-final to get right here in the grand final.
A lot of great Div 2 action throughout this tournament. Hit it all up on YouTube because every single game that was recorded will be kept up for posterity and archival purposes and training purposes perhaps.
Venus Thigh Slap is your lead jammer out in front for Diamond Valley at the moment.
I should add for fangirling purposes as well. A lot of fangirling be going on throughout, a lot of fanboying as well.
Critical heading off to the penalty box for Devil State. John Payne Gacy has freed herself from the pack. That's an initial pass for her. Venus Thigh Slap, meanwhile, rolling on the concrete in front of the fans on the far side of the track, calls that one off.
Alrighty. Sam Jam back on, as is Rochelle. Sam Jam, when she used to skate for Murder City, used to live in the country, she would run basically a marathon to go to training, train, and then run a marathon home. That is a very fit lady. She can basically jam every jam, hence the name, I guess, Sam Jam. As you can see, sprung into action. The whistle has blown. Jammers were sizing each other up on the line, but now have met both packs. Rochelle trying to run away around outside, and she does. Nice little spin move. Sam Jam, meanwhile, being held back by the Diamond Valley blockers very, very nicely. Opening up a very handy lead. Rochelle may actually have a chance to get a jammer lap point here, and she does. So that's going to be 5 more points to Diamond Valley.
Critical released from the penalty box, but a couple more blockers making their way in there now. That's Sin and T-Rex. So Devil State will be starting 2 blockers down at the start of this next one. Boobs McDougs steps up to the line, and she's going to take on Venus Thigh Slap.
She's just starting to feel it, getting that sway left to right. Here we go.
Thigh Slap around the inside of her own line, engages with those 2 blockers at the front, makes her way around them. She's the lead jammer. McDougs recycle back towards the jammer line. She's brought way back by Splatterpuss.
And an opportunity again for Diamond Valley to pick up a lap point. Venus Thigh Slap around. Only 1 more blocker to get through, and she does. She looks to her bench. Bench says, hey, keep on going. Let's get some more points. Only 1 more blocker for Devil State to get past, and just knocked out, and picks up a cut track penalty as well. So Boobs is going to have to sit down.
Venus Thigh Slap busts out the front of that pack 1 more time, calls off the jam as she does so, picks up 5 more. That's a 10-point jam for her.
Fantastic.
Diamond Valley with the early lead on 38. Devil State so far held to just the 3 points.
The power start coming up for Rochelle and Diamond State. As McDougs sits down, she's going to have to sit out a full 30 seconds in the penalty box.
A reminder, this is not a library, this is the Great Southern Slam.
Yes, correct.
Okay, here we go. Whistle is blown. Beautiful work. That's Slappuccino opening up a lane. Only one more block for Rochelle to get past.
Kitty Hawk out in front, just taking the shoulder hits from Rochelle, but she's have to let it go.
But that was great. That held her up for a good 5-10 seconds. It all is a matter of seconds here in roller derby.
Blockers have time to reset as Rochelle re-enters. She's after some points this time. A couple at the front to get past Ginger Ninja. Wrapping around in front, Dark Justice.
Rochelle being held up very well here.
And that's it for the jam. That jam comes to an end. Diamond Valley add another 5 to their total.
So they're now on 43, even 40-point spread. Devil State haven't added to their 3 points yet.
Jammer released from the bin for Devil State. That means Sam Jam can line up for this one. Venus Thigh Slap for the Rough Cuts.
Once again going into that spellbinding Cobra swing. Sam Jam right up at the jam line. Venus Thigh Slap opting for a small run up about 6 feet or so.
They push their way down past turn 1. There's a high block being issued in there somewhere. Yet to see who's going to head off. It's Venus Thigh Slap. She's been awarded a high blocking penalty. So Sam Jam, once she makes her way out of the pack.
She has a power jam to enjoy, but you can see the Diamond Valley blockers making life very hard for her.
Splatterpool is heading off to the penalty box for a forearms penalty. Sam Jam out of the pack. She's the lead jammer for Devil State.
All right, chance to get some points.
Also with the pack advantage, coming in with some heavy O.
That's
Kitty
Vodka
Hawk.
Bruiser. Vodka Bruiser just laying that shoulder down, able to hold up Sam Jam, but she cannot be stopped, cannot be denied. 5 points.
Holds her up long enough to burn some of that penalty for Venus Thigh Slap, making her way back onto the track now. Devil State blockers reforming at the back, just getting a bit of a hole bunched in them with some O. Thigh Slap through, that's an initial for her. Sam Jam recycled.
Benji frantically signaling, call it off, Sam Jam. Does an extra 2 points for Devil State. So that looks like 43 still for Diamond Valley, held scoreless on that jam. 10 points now for Devil State. Couple more of those and we will have a real game on our hands, Bob.
Rochelle lines up for Diamond Valley. Tiny Danza, number 11 for Devil State. The Rydell Skates penalty box clear of skaters at the moment. We've got 5 aside on the track in front of us.
Tiny Danza trying to tiptoe around the outside. The way has been closed. Rochelle just muscling her way through on the apex.
Blockers is trying to bridge out there, make sure the pack retains definition.
Dark Justice just been sent off. Rochelle picks up lead jammer.
Tiny Danza still trying to make her way through this pack here at the moment. That is a ferocious square formation that they've got there. Rochelle able to sail through on the inside of that.
Tiny Dancer forced to the outside, has to recycle a long way back. Rochelle now trying the outside move, blocked by a player. She is muscling. She's up against Ginger Ninja. Ginger Ninja has been called for a multiplayer, so Rochelle has been let go. Another 5 points for Diamond Valley.
Tiny Danza just knocked to the outside there. The jam has been called off.
So just like that, Diamond Valley get it back. 53 plays 10.
The penalty just issued at the end of that jam. Reprimander heading off to the penalty box. Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club, the Rough Cut Rollers have now called a...
just a timeout, I think. So yeah, just a timeout to Diamond Valley. They just want to have a chance to chat things.
While we're in this timeout, let's have a read through of this ref crew making their way to the Division 2 Grand Final here at TGSS. Head ref is Game Over. Inside pack ref Martin Score Crazy. Jammer refs Chris Durrant and Kim 5284. Outside pack refs Knickerbocker, Maverickian denominator. Lots of love in the house for our black and white clad referee crew.
Absolutely. As well as the NSOs.
There's a long list of those as well. Yeah, the head NSO for this one is Connie. Penalty tracker, Luna Kilgood. Penalty wrangler, Sister Mercy. Inside whiteboard, Mama Panda. Jam timer, Connie. Scorekeepers, Whipped Cream and Captain Sparkle Pants. Scoreboard operator, Skating Grace. Penalty box manager, Moni. Penalty box timers, Fisty Muff and Dragon Ball Lee. And lineup trackers, Boulder Over and the Thin White Line. Sorry, the Thin White Fluke.
So that is a who's who, an all-star lineup of refs and NSOs, as you would expect for a grand final here at Great Southern Slam. Meanwhile, Venus Thigh Slap is lead jammer. She's going through and picking up some points.
Ginger Ninja and Reprimand are both standing in the penalty box, about to return to the track. John Payne Gacy out of the pack. That's an initial pass for Devil State.
So now the penalty area is empty. We'll be back to 5-on-5 for the next jam.
And making their way behind the jammer line, Sam Jam in the black and purple for Devil State. And 158 Rochelle in the blue for the Rough Cut Rollers.
Good to see some love for both teams on the online feed. A lot of love for Sam Jam. Whistle has gone.
Sam Jam looks for a way down the outside, knocked to the floor. Slappuccino takes her down. Campaign's going to take her way back past where she had to start from. She goes out of play. Sam Jam can step back in.
Also, does get a chance to kiss the track, but she's back up.
So one of the Devil State being sent off. Rochelle Lee Jammer. And Sam Jam has been called for a cut track. So Diamond Valley get to enjoy a power jam for the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, Sam Jam will join Bruiser in the penalty box. Just Ginger Ninja and McDougs out on track there, trying to stop Rochelle from getting through for the points and burn this penalty time.
Great work from Ginger Ninja right there. Right in the face of Rochelle, causes her to call it off.
Way too hard to get past those couple of blockers at the front. She's just going to freeze Sam Jam in the bin. And 11-11 Vodka Bruiser stepping up to the jammer line for the Rough Guts.
Fantastic. I had the pleasure of watching Diamond Valley take on Light City Derby earlier, and Vodka Bruiser, a real tough nut, both as a jammer and blocker. Great talent, great attitude.
A big hit there in the middle of the pack. Skaters going down, picking themselves up again. Bruiser returns from the penalty box. Vodka is out of the pack now.
That's right. Sam Jam makes her way back onto track. She has got to do an initial pass. Vodka Bruiser being held beautifully there by the number 8, Sin 8.
Splatterpuss just getting amongst those Devil State blockers at the moment, making it hard for them to reform.
They call it off. Devil State now signaling for a timeout, being awarded by the referees.
TGSS 2016 right here from the Adelaide Showgrounds. Major sponsor of the tournament again for this year, the 4th year in a row that it's been here. So thank you to Adelaide Showgrounds for the great venue and the great work you've done to get it ready for us. And good luck in your bid to host the 2017 Women's Flat Track Roller Derby World Cup.
Well, we've certainly proved that we're capable of hosting a massive roller derby tournament. Thousands of people have come through the doors here over the 3 days here, as you would know, Bob.
45 teams, 80 games over 3 days makes this the biggest roller derby tournament in the world.
Damn straight. I think we can possibly get away with a World Cup. Possibly. We're definitely capable here in Adelaide, and we've loved having all our guests from interstate as well as New Zealand join us for this wonderful Great Southern Slam.
At the moment, we're here in the Division 2 Grand Final. All of the teams, except maybe the Div 1 Grand Finalists, arrayed around this track watching this Div 2 Grand Final.
Venus Thigh Slap, Cobra, coiled, ready to unleash. John Payne Gacy for Devil State takes that inside line and picks up Lee Jammer. Fantastic opportunity for the Devil State to get back some points.
Plenty of support in the crowd for Devil State. We've got all 4 Tasmanian leagues represented here this weekend at the tournament. Devil State making it through to the Division 2 Grand Final last year in 10th place in TGSS.
Well, it's the first time a Tasmanian team has made it through to the finals. So that is fantastic for Devil State, not only to get through to the finals for the first time for Tassie, but to the Grand Final.
So g'day to everybody watching in Tassie, either live right now.
We've got Sam Jam and Vodka Bruiser. Similar height, different stature. It's great to watch these different matchups as they unfold in front of us here. I hope you're enjoying this action live through the stream on YouTube.
On a big hit from Vodka Bruiser on Sam Jam, straight off the line, knocks her off her feet. She gets straight up and amongst those blockers. Vodka Bruiser pushing hard against those Devil State blockers at the front. She's taken to the inside. That's McDougs has taken her down, and she's picked up a penalty in doing so. It means Vodka Bruiser can get straight back on in the track where she is and pick up Lee Jammer.
Great presence by Vodka Bruiser there amongst all the noise to keep her eyes open, be able to understand that she had the opportunity to get that lead jammer without having to try again. Steps through on the inside.
Going to take
points.
5, picks up the jammer lap point.
So at the moment, Devil State are on 13 points, chasing down Diamond Valley, who've skipped down to 72. We're 12.5 minutes left to go in the first half of this Division 2 Grand Final. Rochelle and John Payne Gacy.
3-on-3 blockers in front of them. Rough Cuts just having the back position towards the jammer line. Means that JPG will need to step around them to try and get through. Oh, almost on the step through. She loses her footing, but her skate stayed inbound. She gets up quickly, but not before she's wrapped up again by some Devil State, by some Rough Cuts blockers.
And actually forced that cut track, so John Payne Gacy's now going to have to sit down.
Looks like Bruiser is heading around to the penalty box as well.
And Ginger Ninja blocking out of play, so Rochelle is let go.
So a fully loaded penalty box for Devil State at the moment.
That's just what they didn't need. Pace just picking up a little. Rochelle attacking that Devil State depleted blocker lineup. Only 2 to get past.
Just Kitty Hawk and McDougs out in front there, putting up a fight there. Kitty Hawk.
Look at that.
Clash of the Titans at the front here, pushing and pushing. She's out of play. She has to stop and let Rochelle go now. She picks up 5 more points.
Love watching these these backward-facing blockers face down a jammer, lay in a shoulder, and just again and again and again. It's wonderful action here.
There's a star pass. Is there a star pass happening? There is a star pass. The Rough Cuts having passed the star off to Slappuccino. So no points for that. That counts as a pass, but not a scoring one.
Aiming to get some points on the board. John Payne Gacy also having stashed the penny, now pulls it back on.
Everyone clear of the penalty box now. That looks like a directional block. That's Ginger Ninja heading off to the right old skates penalty box.
And this could be
jam over.
So honours with Diamond Valley on that one, picking up 11 points. They are now ahead by 70. 83 plays 13.
10 minutes to play in the first period of the Division 2 Grand Final at TGSS 2016.
Sam Jam and Venus Thigh Slap now lining up. Referees just making sure everything's okay before we get going. 5 seconds is the call, and officials deciding they need more time. A little consultation there between one of the NSOs and the referees.
So the penalty box here on track 1 at the Adelaide Showgrounds, brought to you by Rydell Skates. For over 70 years, Rydell has been the innovative leader in the roller skating industry. Rydell Skates, unmatched quality and unmatched performance.
And Venus Thigh putting on the style for the Diamond Valley Rough Cuts.
5 seconds is the call.
Venus Thigh Slap.
Just the 2 blockers out in front for Devil State. Dark Justice and McDou's going to do what they can to hang on to Venus Thigh Slap. Not for long, though. She bashes around the outside and cuts back in to be lead jammer.
That's a painted jammer maneuver right there. Go one way, get the blockers to follow you, and then just cut back in. Make use of the apex and that inside line.
Sam Jam, meanwhile, all the work to do to get through a full rack of rough cut blockers.
Great work by Venus Thigh Slap. Knocked to the outside, but had the presence of mind to keep her skates in bounds. Great poise and balance. Picks up the points and calls it off.
If you're keeping up on all the action here from the TGSS 2016, get on all the socials, check out the hashtag, and visit thegreatsouthern.com.au, that fabulous website designed by Nikki Wallace Design.
A lot of great photography going on as well as you check out Facebook and the hashtag TGSS2016. A lot of photos being uploaded from all our photographers around here. Some amazing shots already.
Sam Jam backing up and jamming one more time. An 11-11 vodka bruiser for the rough cuts. Makes her way out the front, bashes past the last defenders, and is the lead jammer.
Vodka bruiser approaching the back of the pack. Sam Jam is through. She stashed the penny, but has now made her way through. Vodka Bruiser looks up, sees Sam Jam ahead of her and calls it off. So that is an easy 4 points for Diamond Valley. Hit it and quit it derby, but it's just progressively building that lead as Diamond Valley seek to stamp their authority on their game.
Rochelle just headed off to the penalty box. That's one out of the jammer rotation for the start of this one. Venus Thigh Slap.
I was going to say, all you do is stick Venus Thigh Slap in there and go, eh. She goes again.
Is this the 3rd jam in a row for Sam Jam?
Like I said, she is a marathon runner.
She's got the cardio capacity to back this up one after the other.
But she's certainly getting pushed around. That was Splatterpuss knocking Sam Jam to the inside line. Sam Jam back up, tries again.
Ginger Ninja off to the Rydell penalty box, going to join a couple in there. Dark Justice still sitting out in there as well. John Payne Gacy coming around to join now too.
Sam Jam being called for the cut track. So
way
another power jam.
Way too many Devil State skaters trying to get into the penalty box at the moment.
I wouldn't say they're trying to get in. It's not like a restaurant.
Well, lining up to get in. Venus Thigh Slap, meanwhile, 5 more points on the board. Gets another pass through, calls it off, 5 more. So that's 10-point jam for Venus Thigh Slap. Extends their lead out. Cracks the ton for Diamond Valley as well, 102.
Now that's going to hand a power start to Vodka Bruiser, but the Devil State Benchy just signaling an official review that they're going to use it.
Can we give everyone at home just a big massive wave over here in the
Oh, here we go. We've got Misinformed asking people at home to give us a wave. If you can see someone at home,
you can just hear Misinformed talking about our AV sponsor here as well. That's BSS Light Audio Visual. Sales, hire and installation of audio, visual and lighting systems for all commercial and domestic applications.
Look at these guys. Just fighting temptation. How good's that? For the love of nothing. Look at that. So comfy. Oh, so much pain. Oh, so comfy. Hating life. And there's no one here. How good is that? You guys are troopers, little battlers.
So we're in an official review at the moment. Sausage Roll's just calling that one to burn up some time and use it as a timeout.
oh dear. Misinformed also having a nice go. A couple of the Light City Light City players are just sitting on a blanket, and there was an empty inflatable seat next to them, so she was having a good go at them. It's been non-stop laughs, non-stop thrills and spills here at Great Southern Slam 2016.
So just the two blockers on track for Devil State. They're going to take the right up front position on the pivot line and take off as Vodka Bruiser tries to get up amongst them, which she does so, and steps through to be lead jammer.
Number 32 for Devil State being sent to the inside. That was Booze McDougs. Breaking up that blocking, making things difficult to get set and settled. Oh, another massive block.
That was Slappuccino taking down Kitty Hawk in the middle of the pack there.
So you rattle your blockers, get them off kilter, get them off balance, and they just can't get set.
Kitty Hawk now handed the star cover. Takes off, but the jam is called off before she can do anything with it.
Sort of that exasperated two hands just in the air going, what am I going to do? What do I have to do? Diamond Valley scooting off ahead. They're now 110 points, 13 for Devil State. And Diamond Valley have called for an official review. There, it looks like they're actually asking for an official review on this.
You know what, I'm glad they called for an official review, because I'm not sure Devil State had a jammer on track when the jam was about to start. Booze McDouds pulling the star cover on just as she made her way onto the track.
We're going to have a small break in play.
Once we find out what this official review is all about, we'll be able to bring you that information.
Maybe just make special mention of a couple of our sponsors here. Spank Alley have been a silver sponsor of the Great Southern Slam 2016. They've been providing all the official armbands of the Great Southern Slam, but not only armbands, haystock, helmet covers, compression pants, lots and lots of cool stuff. They have hoodies, onesies, helmet covers, and very proudly made in Australia. They also stock turn left clothing. So if you're online, check out www.spankalley.com.au.
Devil State Derby League.
The house announcers just working the crowd up in here a little bit.
At the Great Southern Slam Grand Final.
Just waiting for some word from the referees. They are currently conferring.
Who loves Diamond Valley Roughcuts?
Holy.
Just having a quick through some of the feed. Yes, we do agree. It's been a tough bout so far, and very, very physical. And certainly Diamond Valley have been working very hard to make things very hard for the Devil State. A lot of penalties being extracted against Devil State, so they're going to have to keep an eye on things. We'll certainly go out at halftime, have a look at the penalty board and see if there's anyone in particular trouble. But it's not just particular trouble. You just look at the number of penalties. If one team manages to get a lot and one team not so many, you can probably guarantee the points are swinging in the other direction as well.
Yeah, not much happening in response to that official review. I don't know what the decision may have been, but there doesn't seem to be anything changing around as a consequence.
So I'm guessing they didn't have any luck with that official review, unfortunately, there for Diamond Valley.
And it does appear that they have lost their official reviews, so Diamond Valley, good try, better luck next time. Whistle has blown. Who's being jostled off the inside, is back on, tries an outside maneuver, only got one more, and she is lead jammer.
And it's a power jam for Booze McDougs now as well. Venus Thigh Slap heading off to the Rydell Skates penalty box for cutting the track. Great pressure from the Devil State blockers to force that cut.
Exactly.
And Bruiser and Kitty Hawk teaming up to open up that passage for McDougs to get on through there as well. Sin and John Payne Gacy at the back making a mess of the defensive structures. The pack has time to reset. Venus Thigh Slap still in the penalty box. McDougs in control of this jam at the moment. Bash and Bronco for the rough cuts heading off to the bin. McDougs saw Venus Thigh Slap coming back from the penalty box and said, that's enough, going to call that one off.
Another 4 points for Devil State. So they got 10 points on that one, clawing back that lead. They're now on 23. Diamond Valley still ahead on 110. We're 4 minutes left to go in this first half here, Bob.
Kitty Hawk just turned around and pointed back onto the track by bad manager. She'll be backing up again.
Sam Jam, Vodka Bruiser are your jammers here. Vodka Bruiser opting for the inside line. Sam Jam looked like she was trying to hitch a ride, and she is on one of her blockers. That's 40. Kitty Hawk, but it is Vodka Bruiser who comes through and picks up lead jammer.
Sam Jam just trying to ghost through on Bruce here at the moment. Couple of blockers still at the front. Reprimander just closing the door on the inside.
Vodka Bruiser trying outside, inside, unable to get past, but she just decides that's enough. She picks up 2 more points for Diamond Valley.
The lineups change around. Venus Thigh Slap is going to be jamming for the Rough Cuts, and John Payne Gacy pulling on the star for Devil State.
Capitano of the Devil State team back on track. Devil State with a slight pack advantage.
One in the penalty box for Diamond Valley. Full set of blockers on for Devil State. Venus Thigh Slap trying inside, outside, getting absolutely loved to death. Oh, God. She sort of did a 720 pirouette and picks up lead jammer. She went down on her knees and wasn't sure if she was still in play or not.
John Payne Gacy, meanwhile, picking up some big hits from Campaign, forcing her backwards on the track, but she's able to just emerge from the front of the pack, but it has been called off, and Venus Thigh Slap is going to head to the penalty box for cutting the track right at the death of that jam.
Whoa. That must have been absolute milliseconds. Sam Jam is coming out, so she knows she's going to have a 30-second power start to see what she can do.
And she gets 30 seconds now to line up her blockers how she wants them.
A few words being exchanged, a couple of bit of movement.
Sam Jam just getting a chant going from the crowd. And these 4 Rough Cuts blockers at the front, not willing to let her budge an inch. She pushes through, takes to her knees, getting some offensive help now from Ginger Ninja. T-Rex up there amongst it as well. She's pushing and no progress, comes to a standstill again.
Fantastic blocking from Diamond Valley. They've made very effective use of that power jam. Venus Thigh Slap comes back on, and Sam Jam still has not completed her initial pass.
Sam Jam goes for a run now. She's allowed through that last defense there at the front by Devil State. She's the lead jammer. 45 seconds into this jam before someone gets out the front. Venus Thigh Slap clear of the pack now as well. Skate Invader just taken out of the equation on the outside.
4 points for Devil State as Sam Jam wins her way around. Still a lot of carnage going on the pack. You're absolutely right. This is a massive physical encounter, as you'd expect a grand final to be.
Venus Thigh Slap was through, but Sam Jam picks up another 4. Just the 2 blockers on the track there for the Rough Cuts at the moment. They've got all the work to do with these 4 ferocious Devil State blockers.
But they're getting amongst it, so they're making it difficult for Devil State to set.
Splatterpuss hot on the heels of Sam Jam. As she comes back from the penalty box, re-enters the engagement zone with Sam Jam and able to affect her progress through the pack. All 4 back on deck for the Rough Cuts now. She gets on through, picks up 4 more and is able to call it off. And tell you what, Pants, that's going to take us into half-time.
Alrighty. Big jam to finish things off. A lot of wound licking that's going to go on at halftime, I reckon, Bob. A bit of ice come out.
That's right. This is the Division 2 Grand Final at TGSS 2016. You may be able to see in the foreground of your screens at the moment the All-Stars getting ready to come onto the track for their warm-up for the Division 1 Grand Final. That's coming up after this game.
Oh, it's going to be massive, Bob. Absolutely massive. This is the way a Great Southern Slam should be finished off, I reckon.
Division 1 Grand Final today. The VRDL All-Stars will be taking on the Sydney Roller Derby League Assassins. But in the meantime, we've got a whole nother half of this game to go. Devil State versus Diamond Valley.
We'll see you back. Enjoy a cup of tea. YouTube will be back in just a moment. We're getting set for the start of the second half. You're enjoying the wonderful view of the Victorian Roller Derby cheer squad getting down to some copyrighted music that we couldn't possibly put through on the feed. Apologies. But we couldn't afford the fine. Never mind. Bob's been out to the centre. Just have a quick look at the penalty situation. What's going on?
It's not as bad as we thought, Pants. Ginger Ninja for Devil State has the highest penalty count so far with only with 5. Otherwise, even though it's been a fairly penalty-heavy game, they're spread out right across the board. Everybody else has got no more than 3.
Well, that's pretty good then. Just counting down a minute and change. Score is still Diamond Valley on 120. Devil State on 35. Victoria Roller Derby still on track, just going through their warm-ups, getting a feel for the track. They had their previous game out on track number 2 this morning. Very different sort of concrete floor, very sort of grippy and slippy at the same time, whereas the track in here is a very different feel. So it's good to get your skates warmed up, get yourself loose and limber.
The floor surface for tracks 4 through 5 here at the Adelaide Showgrounds in the Goyder Pavilion, usually covered by carpet. They remove the carpet especially for the Great Southern Slam every couple of years. I'll tell you what, they need to get it back down again. They've got university exams on there tomorrow morning.
Well, already we're clearing out, getting things rocking and ready. This is the only pavilion left. This is the only track left.
Host League Adelaide Roller Derby doing a great job of hosting this tournament and doing all the organisation.
Venus Thigh Slap and Sam Jam are going to get things underway for us for the second half. Division 2 Grand Final.
Right old Skates penalty box clear as we start the second half. And yep, Sam Jam's hair is amazing.
I can assure you they are real dreads.
All right, we're whistled on for the second half. Venus Thigh Slap trying to juke her way up through the middle of these Devil State blockers at the front. Sam Jam trapped in the back.
Trying that outside line, but to no avail.
Venus Thigh Slap gets her way out first. She's your lead jammer.
Sam Jam managed to sniff an opening on the inside and took it. She's half a lap down at this point.
Venus Thigh Slap gets up on the inside. She's on the toe stops, calling it off frantically.
And is called for a cut track penalty, so
we've seen that twice so far in this game. The jam successfully called off and a jammer penalty issued to the calling off jammer at the same time.
So that hands the power staff. Sam Jam is just going to stay out there, try for some points for Devil State.
Rough Cuts blockers are going to sit on that jammer line though.
Great to see the online love between Devil State and Rough Cut Diamond fans. Thanks for joining us on the feed today.
Sam Jam gets out and about before turn 2. She's the lead jammer for Devil State.
Pack at a standstill on the apex. Slowly moving forward now. Sam Jam working her way through.
But that defence rolling around in front of her. Every time she looks up, there's another blue skater.
McDou's trying to open things up there. Sam Jam sees that Venus Thigh Slap is out of the box and decided to call it off. So she picks up 4.
She's got all 5 there.
Oh, good. All 5 points. So 40 now. 123 for Diamond Valley.
McDou's going to back up from blocking in that last jam to jamming in this one. And Rochelle on track for the Rough Cuts.
Rochelle and Big Do's just exchanging a bit of a smile there, but now we're underway. It's all business.
Rochelle steps through the hole that opens up in her own wall to engage with the Devil's Skate blockers at the front. McDougal's tied up at the back. Rochelle's going to drag these blockers out at the front. One by one, she'll pick them off until they go out of play. No pack is called. Pack reforms, still stretching out the front. It's Dark Justice right at the front there, holding Rochelle back. Has to let her go in the end.
Dark Justice again with some immense blocking, able to hold back Rochelle, but not forever. Now Ginger Ninja's taken on the duty.
Bruiser and Dark Justice and John Payne Gacy bridging out at the front. Ginger Ninja, the last line of defence, buys enough time for the other blockers to join her.
Rochelle is absolutely wrecked after that. She's smiling, but she's sucking down some big gulps of air as she makes her way to her bench.
Jammer ref Kim 5284 just having a word with the outside pack ref Knickerbocker here, maybe looking at how many points may have been picked up, and they've decided none.
A lot of action for no reaction. Sam Jam and Venus Slice Slap once again underway. Sam Jam getting in Venus Slice Slaps away just for a few seconds. Both jammers now engaging their opposition blockers.
Thigh slap looking for an outside line, rolls back across the inside of those blockers.
Sam Jam steps over the fallen skater for Diamond Valley. That was Basham Bronco there, I think.
Thigh slap clear of the pack now. And Sam Jam's gone the star pass. Kitty Hawk, number 40 for Devil State. Out half a track away from this pack at the moment, pulls the star onto her head, and she's going to come into this pack like a freight train, busts away through those rough cut rollers, blockers, picks up 4.
So the honours shared on that jam. Diamond Valley 130 and 43 at the moment for Devil State. 25 minutes left to play in this Division 2 Grand Final, coming to you live from Wayville Showgrounds, Adelaide, South Australia.
Sam Jam, number 17 for Devil State, 158. Rochelle for Rough Cut Rollers. Sprints on around, almost takes herself out of bounds, crossing that track to look for the outside. She pushes away hard into those Devil State blockers at the front. And that's toe-to-toe, front-to-front pushing, gets some assistance from Slappuccino coming up through there now.
This is absolutely brutal derby. Just look at these big hits going down.
Both of these teams have some solid blockers amongst them there. Ginger Ninja just having to yield in the end, and Rochelle gets through to be lead jammer. The Dark Justice going to head off to the penalty box.
Rochelle trying the outside line, getting forced to yield. Ginger Ninja doing a lot of damage, as well as Bruiser.
Oh, and Sam Jam heading off to the Rydell Skates penalty box. Jammer star in her hand.
Uh-oh.
That's going to give the power start to Diamond Valley.
They're whacking on Venus Thigh Slap.
No Devil State. Trouble. Oh no, Devil State are coming. Thought they were going to have a timeout.
If you're dyslexic, that looks like a draw.
So full set of blockers on track for the rough cut rollers. One in the bin for Devil State. Venus Thigh Slap shapes up to take this jam start. And
Venus Thigh Slap
unable to touch her on the inside.
Yeah. She made it look so easy.
So
it's about the only easy thing that's been done today.
And the pack speed picks up there. Kitty Hawk just tries to shove Bruiser across into the path of Venus Thigh Slap. Doesn't land it.
Again, Venus Thigh Slap going for that inside line.
Venus Thigh Slap extra sure this time that she's not given a cut track penalty as she pulls it off. She waddles across on her knees to the infield before getting up again. McDougs behind the jammer line for Devil State, and Slappuccino 93 for the rough cuts.
I know there's been a lot of great coaching going on at the great Southern Slam here today. Thanks for your comments on the YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys are doing great couching at home.
Well, you guys might not be able to see on your screens the inflatable couches down here in front of the cameras. But Slappuccino out of the pack as your lead jammer, and Boobs McDougs hot on her heels. She's going to give us some jammer action as we get around turns 1 and 2. Slappuccino.
A clean pass, but now some shoulder action getting on. Oh, Bit of face-off.
Slapacino, I thought, was going to try and feed that jammer back into the pack after half a lap.
To no avail. She just calls it off. We'll just get things underway with a fresh set of jammers and blockers. Rochelle sticking on the jammer sock. Sam Jam doing the same for Devil State.
And an empty penalty box means we've got 4 blockers apiece in front of them.
Yes!
Trying to impede their progress.
Just winding it down. Here we go. Sam Jam and Rochelle just size each other up. Instead, Sam Jam just opts for the outside line. Gets the penalty box down on her knees.
And Sam Jam busts clear of the pack and picks up lead jammer. Gives a bit of a cartwheel celebration with her arms as she does so. Gets the love from the crowd in the room.
And the universal symbol of the power jam being given from the crowd. A lot of crowd coaching on that way. Rochelle off to the penalty box. Sam Jam with the power jam.
Milking the invisible cow, I call the power jam symbol.
And the milking the power of the crowd as well. Big cheer as that happened. A lot of Devil State's love. Sam Jam now just trying to wend her way around outside. Campaign getting in the way.
But they are rolling around. Bruiser coming in to try and give her some support.
Campaign just immense blocking there. Fantastic work.
Campaign being picked up for a directional block in there. She'll head off to the right L Skates penalty box. Leaves them 1 blocker down on track.
2 left for Sam Jam to get past, and she does. 5-point pass for Devil State as Rochelle is now back on track, troubling the back of the blockers.
Yeah, some disagreement between the outside pack refs as to whether that was a cut or not. She was called back onto track. A knock to the outside now on the outside of 1.
That is a cutting penalty, unfortunately, on Sam Jam.
So it is a cutting penalty assessed against Sam Jam. So this will go the remaining 20 seconds. And that will leave Diamond Valley once again with the power start for the next jam once this jam is ended.
Effectively squeezed to the outside there. She gets back on track and back amongst the blockers. Rochelle getting some support there now.
And able to get through in time to get some more points for Diamond Valley. We do have a timeout being called by Devil State.
Timeout being called, guys. Hey,
Sausage Rolls just madly signalling that he wants a timeout. One of the clothing sponsors here this weekend as well, Hellcat Clothing, silver level sponsor.
just rocking it in green and high vis. Now these guys have been working.
They, if you want athletic roller derby gear but still want to be individual, Hellcat Clothing has you covered, making comfy, fun derby clothing and unique team uniforms. That's Hellcat Clothing.
Great providers of clothing for derby and athletic types all over the world.
At the moment, we're just getting some crowd appreciation for our first aid attendance here from St John's Ambulance.
Thumbs up from the St John's guys, of course. A lot of the St John's people here are regular attendees of the roller derby. Know some of the skaters by name. On a very personal level sometimes, the ones who get injured a little bit more than most. End of the timeout. The score at the moment, 144 points for Diamond Valley. Devil State, score has been adjusted. They are now on 52. We are just under 20 minutes left to go in the grand final.
And who's here just plain old loving some roller derby action? Oh yeah!
A lot of great love going on by the crowd for all participants in the Great Southern Slam.
Jam starts with no jammers on track. Sam Jam and Rochelle both starting the jam in the penalty box. Sam Jam released first, but the Diamond Valley blockers taking her back as far as they can. 1 down on the infield. It's Reprimanda. She's going to take a second to catch her breath. She's out of the field of play at the moment.
I think she just got winded there. She sucked down a few big breaths of air and she's back on track. She's just coming back on track to the back of the pack now.
Rochelle, meanwhile, back out of the penalty box and through. She is the lead jammer. Sam Jam in front of her. She's not going to run that race. Let's call that off.
Just under 19 minutes left in this grand final.
Devil State pivot, number 40, Kitty Hawk, heading off to the Rydell Skates penalty box for a high jam in that last jam, a high block in that last jam.
Devil State blockers asking Sam Jam to stay on, I think, but she was having none of that. Boozer Dukes is going to come on as the jammer for Devil State against Vodka Bruiser.
Vodka Bruiser landing a big hit on McDoug straight off the whistle. McDoug's in turn, knocking into Skate Invader, but McDoug's busts through the pack. She's the lead jammer for Devil Skate, a good half a track in front at the moment. Ref down on the track in front of the skaters. He's out of the way quickly. Vodka Bruiser out of the pack. McDoug's, meanwhile, in amongst the points now. Gets past 1, gets past 2, gets past 3. Calls off the jam.
Not sure.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
3
ref sees
points.
3.
Beautiful work.
Easy for you to say. The one and only Sam Jam.
The penalty box is clear now, so 5 aside on the track. Sam Jam, 17 for Devil State. KH3, Venus Thigh Slap for the Rough Cut Rollers.
Totally mesmerising. There's a whistle.
Venus Thigh Slap trying that outside line, works through the inside. Sam Jam just being holed up by Diamond Valley blockers. Venus Thigh Slap. On the inside is Lee Jammer, trying to get some help here from Ginger Ninja, but it's to no avail. Sam Jam just behind a wall of blue, unable to get through. Venus Thigh Slap now making her way through.
Moderate pack speed, making that a little bit harder for these jammers to get through. Looks like Sam Jam may have completed a star pass. Kitty Hawk grabs the star and goes for a jump across the apex. Gets out of the pack, but not amongst any points.
Venus Thigh Slap got knocked to the ground as she was trying to call that one off. A little bit dizzy, I think. She actually tried to enter the Devil State team area on the way back to her own.
I'm sure they would have welcomed her.
Water. Oh, they definitely helped her in a friendly way.
Vodka Bruiser and Sam Jam, your jammers on track at the moment, pushing away at the back of both of these defensive walls. Vodka Bruiser getting some offensive help at the front by Campaign. Bridging out now to maintain a pack. Sam Jam getting cycled back almost all the way to the jammer line. Game over, just signalling that the blockers have gone out of play. She'll have to get back in. Vodka Bruiser, meanwhile, lead jammer out the front of the pack.
Sam Jam doing the panty stash.
And just seeing Kitty Hawk coming back into the penalty box one more time.
So no use for that panty stash there. Kitty Hawk, the pivot for Devil State at the moment, as Vodka Bruiser picks up another 5 points for Diamond Valley.
Pack picks up a bit of speed now as Venus. Vodka Bruiser skates on past on the inside, calls off the jam.
Splatterpuss just doing a bit of shimmy shake there, making sure that number 37 penalty box is also okay. She got knocked to the ground at the end of that jam. All good. Penalty box just sucking down a few breaths of air at the back of their team area as we get set for the next jam.
Tell you what, Pants Diamond Valley are already rocking an injured skater, helping out on the bench today, number 141, Buster Seams. Hope you get a bit better soon.
Yeah, Buster Seams injuring her ankle at the end of that Light City game. Very last jam she went down.
Booze McDudes busts out of the pack at the front. She's given a cut track penalty by Jammer ref Kim 284. Outside pack ref indicating it may have been a no pass, no penalty. We'll see what happens from that one. Pepper Vendetta off into the penalty box as well.
And the pivot for Diamond Valley also being sent off.
So Rochelle 158 is the jammer on track for Diamond Valley at the moment. Not able to get past the front of these blockers in front. Kitty Hawk just says, "You shall not pass." Getting some support there from Bruiser now as well. Dark Justice coming up. There's 3 of them able to wrap around in front of Rochelle now, stop her from getting out of the pack. A minute down and still no lead jammer.
Bruce with Dukes back on track, about to cycle around and try her luck at the back.
And she's coming in with some speed. She's round the outside of those guys. She's going to juke across to the inside. Slowed down effectively.
Yep. And she is through. She makes her initial pass.
So Rochelle effectively wrapped up here at the moment by these Devil State blockers. McDougs, meanwhile, back amongst the points. She's going to get all 5 for that one.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a 4 points indicated. We'll see if there may be an adjustment to that as the Diamond Valley Jammer is in the pack.
Oh, boobs!
Jumping through the middle of that pack there.
That was fantastic. Leapt through the middle of the pack. Just seemed to part ways for her like the Red Sea. 5 more points.
I would too if I saw that coming towards me from behind.
You would. Derby girls wouldn't. They'd be like, come get some.
McDouds just stepping across the inside. Looked like she may have been trying to call that jam off, but she's not lead. Slappuccino now wearing the star for the rough cut rollers, but she's picked up a cut track and headed off to the Rydell Skates penalty box, which means that Tiny Dancer is going to be the jammer for Devil State, and it will be a power jam for them in the start of the next one as we go into a team timeout called by Blue.
Just to clarify, it does look like the Diamond Valley team only had 2 support members on the bench. Buster Seams is just sitting down on the edge there.
Your coffee's not that good. Woo!
She's running off.
I just legged it because I'm scared. Over with the Chicos.
Alrighty, at the moment the points spread is 99. Diamond Valley on 162. Devil State are on 63. 12 minutes, 27 left to go in this Division 2 Grand Final. All the action's coming up next as well, with Victoria Roller Derby taking on Sydney for the Division 1 Grand Final. Great Southern Slam 2016. Can you feel the tension?
That's it for the timeout. Back on track, Tiny Dancer gets ready to take this power start. All her blockers lined up on the inside of the track, waiting for the whistle.
Tiny Dancer getting a shimming on. She's ready to roll. Here we go.
And we're just going to see them going up for the sweep there. Ginger Ninja unable to keep her feet. Tiny Dancer battling away at the back of these rough cut blockers. The O-Help comes in. She's just got 1 left to go. She's pushed to the outside, gives them time to get back in front. They roll back around again. Tiny Dancer yet to pop out in front. Skate Invader just heading back to the back of the pack. Slappuccino, captain and jammer for the rough cut rollers, now back on track as well.
Well done, Diamond Valley.
Splatterbush getting called for a penalty. Little shake of the head. She wasn't so keen on it. But then again, what blocker is?
Slappuccino out of the penalty box is now your lead jammer. She busts on through. There's the first jammer to do so.
Ah, beautiful. Straight through on the inside. Picks up the points. Calls it off. Thanks for coming.
Beautiful work, Slappuccino. Just under 11.5 minutes left in this grand final.
5 points being held up by the jam ref there.
Venus thigh slap. KH3, she's going to take her place behind the jammer line, along with Sam Jam.
Venus thigh slap now just sneaking up next to Sam Jam. I wonder if she's going to try another jammer sort of shoulder maneuver. Yeah, whistle blows, but Sam Jam has gone inside outside. She is lead jammer. Venus thigh slap is in hot pursuit though. She's barely 6 feet behind and closing.
Kitty Hawk just working to reset her defensive wall at the front as they wait for both of these jammers to rejoin. Just trying to get the track position.
Sam Jam immediately trying to just see what points she can get. Looks like 3 points for Devil State. Expert calling off by Sam Jam to win that jam in her favour. Vodka Bruiser coming back on. John Payne Gacy joining a little touch of hands there on the line. That derby camaraderie coming into play once again.
The two jammers just acknowledging each other's prowess.
Just sort of shimmering each other there. Vodka Bruiser doubling as a blocker here, making life very hard for John Payne Gacy. It's bad enough having 4 Diamond Valley people to get past. You had another one in there. It's impossible.
Vodka Bruiser gives up on that now and heads up to engage with the Devil State blockers. They're bridging out at the front, 3 to get past. Pack is spreading out a little bit now.
John Payne Gacy just being held at turn 1.
The pack is still intact at the moment. Game Over keeping a close eye on where this pack definition is. We have skaters in between. Vodka Bruiser struggles out the front. She's the lead jammer for the Rough Cut Rollers. John Payne Gacy has a star off her head and she is smashed to the floor on the outside of turn 2. Has to get back up and start again. Vodka Bruiser, meanwhile, picks up all 5, the natural Grand Slam.
That was as easy as you like. She just cruised through on the inside line. Not so easy this time. Devil State wise to that play.
And she calls it off.
Yep.
Bash and Bronco heading off to the right L skates. Penalty box.
In this grand final Division 2 here at the Great Southern Slam. This is the biggest roller derby event on the planet.
Got Venus Thigh Slap back and Boobs Madukes as well. A lot of Boobs fans on the YouTube channel. A couple of Venus fans as well. It's great to see you showing the love to your favourite players here. Whistle goes, Boobs Madukes going outside, inside. And she is through. Venus Thigh Slap having to resort to outside, getting a lot of attention from the Devil State blockers, but she is also through, about half a lap behind.
Diamond Valley just reforming. Boobs with a big jump across, tries to land it backwards, calling it off as she does so, not given any points for it.
Once again, 10 out of 10 for effort, minus several million for not actually sticking the landing in time. Good thing that I'm not giving the points out today.
And Boobs McDukes given a misconduct penalty for that attempted jump across the apex at 1 and 2. She's headed off to the right L skates penalty box.
Sam Jam is still standing out there, and when the whistle blew was still on the jam line, actually just getting off just in time. So
under 7.5 minutes to go in the TGSS 2016 Division 2 Grand Final here at Track 1 at the Adelaide Showgrounds. Vodka Bruiser is taking the power start for the Rough Cut Rollers, currently with a convincing lead over Devil State Derby League. Campaign just coming around the outside of the track. She'll head off to the right L skates penalty box. Vodka Bruiser, a couple to get past at the front, getting some offensive support from Bash and Bronco.
Look out, here comes
oh, there goes Boobs again, trying that inside.
Coming in hot to that pack, and Vodka Bruiser's picked up a cut.
Oh,
and that's going to be a low block penalty awarded to Boobs McDukes.
yes.
She's
not happy again, Rochelle and Boobs coming together right on the jam line. So Vodka Bruiser is released from the box, as is Boobs McDukes, so not very long to spend there.
3 times in this jam, Boobs McDukes has put it all on the line, trying to get the points for Devil State. She's paid the penalty for it twice.
Vodka Bruiser through. She is not lead jammer.
That's
so
an initial pass after 1.5 minutes in this jam.
Yikes. That's intense defense.
Bash and Bronco coming off to the penalty box. Vodka Bruiser up on the toe stops around the outside of this turn. Blocker after blocker, she makes her way past, steps out but back in again legally. And past she goes, picks up 4 points. 4 tough points.
And is that another cut penalty?
That is jam over. Keeping an eye on the Rydell.
I'm just trying to see. Oh, that's Boobs McDougs heading back to the Rydell Skates penalty box
Yes.
for the third time this jam.
Yes. And we have a timeout to Diamond Valley. But that's going to be another power start to Diamond Valley. This is certainly one way that they've been able to extract a lot of points.
I'm just trying to get some eyes on the penalty board in the middle of the track to see how many penalties Boobs McDougs has racked up. Looks like Game Over might be heading across to talk to her in the penalty box now, and she has fouled out of the game. Number 32 for Devil State, Boobs McDougs.
And so that's going to change things up. One of their star jammers out of the game. So Sam Jam is coming out onto the track. Not sure if what that means in regards to penalties.
I would imagine she would have to sit the rest of the penalty in the bin. But that's for refs to decide, not me.
No, that is true. They are supposed to know the rules. We're supposed to have sort of like an understanding, perhaps. Refs are all over it, of course. Venus Thigh Slap and Sam Jam lining up on the jam line.
5 minutes left to play in the game.
Diamond Valley current 180 points, 66 for Devil State. And there goes Venus Thigh Slap. She managed to evade 3 blockers, steps through the inside and ends lead jammer. Sam Jam has been called for a cut track, so she is off again. Devil State jammers copping a lot of attention from Devil State and being forced to create errors in the process.
The Venus Thigh Slap at the moment steps past the last of the defenders. That'll be a scoring pass for her. She picks up the jammer point as well. And another cutting the track penalty issued in there. Looks like Breeder 303 heading off for a cut.
She's not happy. I think she's just mouthing a few words to herself.
4 minutes left to go in this game. 66 is the current score for Devil State Derby League. Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club, the Rough Cut Rollers, out in front on 190.
Just winding down the clock, under 4 minutes. Here we go. Tiny Dancer. And I do my eyes deceive me. That's Splatterpuss with the jammer sock on.
Splatterpuss using some lateral movement to try and get around this wall. Tiny Dancer trying to push a hole through the middle of the wall at the back.
That's very hard to do. There's a solid wall of blue right in front of her.
But she is leaning into that and just putting the push on that whole formation and moving them forwards as she does so. Splatterpuss up at the front, meanwhile, is dragging these blockers out. They'll have to one by one let go. And she steps on through the inside now. Splatterpuss lead jammer for the Rough Cuts.
Very good percentage rate. 1 for 1. Tiny Dancer. No pass, no penalty by the look. She is off on the inside and is going to try again. She's handed off the jammer sock.
Ginger Ninja just heading off to the penalty box for blocking out of bounds, and looks like Tiny Dancer may have been given an illegal procedure, so perhaps trying to hand the cover off illegally.
So it's been handed back to her by Bruiser as she headed off to the penalty area. You've only got 12 minutes of battery charge, Jennifer Sims. I feel bad for you because you're going to miss out on the Division 1 Grand Final. If this is one of your teams, though, you've definitely timed it well. Well done.
The jam comes to an end, and as it does so, 158. That's Rochelle just heading off to the penalty box. That's for a forearms penalty.
Winding it down to 2 minutes. Venus Thigh Slap is on.
Tiny Dancer starting in the bin. She is standing.
4 blockers on for Devils. Diamond Valley with 3. Slide pack advantage. Venus Thigh Slap just going inside Now trying to pound her way through the middle, opening it up. Pack is mobile and she is now through as lead jammer.
Kitty Hawk just taking a Superman across the outside pack ref lane. Tiny Dancer is back on track. She's got the star off her head again. Kitty Hawk just being held away from her jammer at the moment. The only opportunity that Tiny Dancer has, but she skates on past. Has a bit of a celebration for getting out of the pack. Gets the star back on her head.
Venus slice lap in the meantime, through for 4 points and calls it off.
And we're going to go into the last minute of this game, ladies and gentlemen. 204 now the total for Diamond Valley Roller Derby. Huge lead over Devil State Derby League.
And we do have a timeout to Devil State. Massive game all through. And I do agree, a lot of love being felt for Devil State. Listen to that.
And falling short now, just by only about 400 miles. Can all the Darwin roller girls give us a wave?
Quite a few leagues getting called out here by Misinformed. A lot of participating leagues in the Great Southern Slam 2016.
But to be fair, public transport here is awful, so make sure, guys, you stick around because we've got the grand final coming up. And
Got
also
Boobs
before
McDougs,
that, we've got a dance-off.
and we've got Vodka Bruiser lining up on the jam line. The penalty area is free, so it looks like we're going to get into our final jam. Very likely to be our final jam. 5 on 5.
It also looks like we may have incorrectly called Boobs McDougs as having been fouled out of the game.
Maybe. In which case, I don't know what happened.
Power to her.
Hey, maybe it's cloning technology. We finally worked out a way.
The jam is underway. Vodka Bruiser bashing away at the back of the Devil State defenders. McDougs just steps off the track on the inside, but Vodka Bruiser is out in front. Gets a bit of a wind up and is half a track away from this pack at the moment. McDougs still amongst it.
All the Diamond Valley girls on their feet, encouraging Vodka Bruiser around. Vodka, intense face usually, but big smile on her face as she came around to feel the love.
Just one to get past. That's Ginger Ninja at the front. Has to let her go on a big hit there. Bruiser taken down on the outside of turn 2. Campaign heading off to the penalty box.
Winding it down, there's only 7 seconds left on the period clock.
Vodka Bruiser, beautiful footwork around the outside, backwards on one skate.
Period clock is wound down. We are into just jam clock time.
And Vodka Bruiser in control of how long that time is going to last for. At any time, she can whack the hips and call this jam off and end the game.
She gets all her points, though. Greedy girl. 5 more points to Diamond Valley. She wants more.
She's going to keep going, and a big hit there in the pack there again. That's Skate Invader and Bruiser coming together and ending up both on this hard Adelaide concrete.
Bruiser again getting a big knock to the outside.
That's a 20-point jam for Vodka Bruiser so far, and she's going to keep it going, getting some love from her bench in the crowd here.
Big smile on her face.
Back in amongst the pack again. No pack is called. She gets on through. She's out the front for 5 more points. 25-point jam, Vodka Bruiser.
Go for it, girl. You got less than 10 seconds left.
It's all now. She skates on through. Almost looked as though she was let through for that 30-point jam.
It is a 30-point jam to finish things off.
In the dying seconds of that game, your Division 2 Grand Final winners for 2016 TGSS Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club Rough Cut Rollers.
Not going to take anything away from Devil State, ever. They came out to play. They did so much better than they thought they would. They made it to a grand final of the Great Southern Slam.
First ever Tasmanian team to do so.
And isn't that awesome?
That is awesome in itself, and they have put up a huge fight here today. That was some hard roller derby. In fact, wasn't that the 5th game each for these teams this weekend in the grand final?
Absolutely. You got 3 days, 5 games in 3 days. like we often say here, it's a war of attrition as well. Who can be the last team standing? Who can be injured the least? Who's got the best condition? Who's got the best form?
That's right, and you can see on your screens now these teams making their way around the track, getting some love from the roller derby community from all across Australia and New Zealand.
Diamond Valley represented by Campaign, Vodka Bruiser, Buster Seams, Rochelle, 5 Foot Feisty, Venus Thigh Slap, Reprimander, Skate Invader, Penalty Box, Pepper Vendetta, Fashion Bronco, Splatterpuss, Slappuccino, Indiana Bones, and Smack Widow.
And representing Tasmania in Devil State Derby League, they were Ginger Ninja, Tiny Danza, Critical, Sam Jam, Dark Justice, Bruiser, John Payne Gacy, Breeder, Boobs McDoogs, Kitty Hawk, T-Rex, Sin, Mad Catter, Saucy Lannister, benched by Sausage Rolls and Bad Manager.
The London Bridge being formed by the crowd here at Adelaide's Wayville Showgrounds.
And all there is left to go for this whole tournament, ladies and gentlemen, is the Division 1 Grand Final. That's right up coming next here at Adelaide Showgrounds. That's between the VRDL All-Stars and Sydney Roller Derby League Assassins.
My name is Pants.
And I've been Bob De Quickly. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, that's a rookie error. We just witnessed the grand final, Division 2 here at the Great Southern Slam, the final night of the Great Southern Slam. Ladies, we got Sin, we got Slappuccino. How's it feel?
Amazing. Amazing. We're exhausted, but we made sure we saved a little bit in the tank for the final. And yeah, we left it all out there on the track. We're exhausted, but we're so happy. We're so happy.
A lot of work must have gone into this big win tonight. Sin, how you feeling? You put in a big bout too.
Yeah, we've worked really hard to get here. The only Tassie team to ever get into the finals at TGSS, so we're so super proud of ourselves. We worked really hard, just like these guys did. And yeah, it was great.
So fantastic to call as well. You will be presented with the trophy a little bit later on. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes, I said to my team before we came, we're coming home with a trophy. So I'm glad it's the first place trophy.
That's a nice looking trophy as well. But now it's all over. You must be looking forward to the after party, ladies.
Going home to crimp my hair, get my dress on. It's happening.
Yeah, us too. We're really looking forward to it.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Thank you, ladies, for a big bout. It was so much fun to call. Signing out from the Great Southern Slam, the gold and silver in Division 2. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Derby fans. This is Flat Track Protocol. If you're ready for the TGSS Grand Final, change videos now. Hit the playlist. Find the Grand Final in the playlist. We're about to switch streams, so go for it. Signing off from the Second Division Grand Final here at TGSS. See you on the other stream.